welcome back to my crafty space, and welcome to another month of my Let's Finish What We Started video series. This month and next month, so June and July, I'm hoping to finish up a fairly big project and to take you along for the journey of completing all of the different layouts. This project is my niece Mabel's baby albums. I have two of these 3x8 albums. These were originally part of a December daily release, I want to say in 2020, I believe. And I had purchased a couple of them because I thought that the 3x8 size would be perfect for telling stories about Mabel throughout the first year of her life. So what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to bring you over to my desktop here, and we're going to flip through both volume 1 and volume 2 so you can see where we are starting from with this project. Then throughout the next 2 months, I'm going to have videos that come out every single Monday where I'm putting together either 2, 3, or 4 different layouts to go inside of these albums. I have a bunch of stories still to tell, and I'm going to try and crunch as much into these videos as possible so we can get the albums completely done by the end of July. That is my plan. I hope that this is a series that will inspire you to pull out some of your older projects and to see if you can't get some of those unfinished projects done throughout the course of the next 2 months with me as well. All right, so let's flip over to my desk here and let me show you where I'm at in both of these volumes of Mabel's baby albums. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with volume number 1. Now this is going to be from birth through 6 months, and volume 2 is going to be 7 months through her first birthday. So inside of these albums, I have a couple of products that I had purchased specifically for this project from Ali Edwards. If they are still available, I'll see if I can't link them, but a lot of these products might be long gone by now. First was this set of transparencies slash pockets that came from the My Story collection, which was a 3x8 album that was designed for kids or teenagers to make albums about themselves. So that's where the front piece that says Stay Magical, that's where this came from. And then I also had purchased a bunch of transparencies that were from, I think, the same thing, and there were 12 of the divider transparencies. So that was perfect. It allowed me to go for all the 12 months. So in here, I currently have a newborn story. So this was one about waiting out in the parking lot, having kind of a tailgating party while Mabel was being born, since she was born in the middle of COVID and nobody could go inside. So I've got a couple of pictures here, some journaling on an insert, and that is currently the only story I have for her newborn age. One of my plans going into this album was that I wanted to have 1 page of stats for each month, and then 2 or 3 stories for that particular month of her year. So I still have a couple more stories I'd like to add into this one and her stats. Then we get into her 1 month. So this will be 1 month. I need some kind of intro stats. I have this layout that my, and most of the journaling, if not all of the journaling, is from my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. I just send them messages of, hey, write me a story about whatever prompt, and then they would send it back. So I wanted her to write me a story about something where they had made progress or something that was difficult and they had worked their way through it. So she wrote a very long story about learning to breastfeed her daughter, and I included that on this little fold out. And then I've got a picture of my sister-in-law Caitlin and Mabel as a baby. I added this little tag flip here. This is all using the Progress Story Kit from Ali Edwards. And it's just on the outside of a page protector. And then I also have an additional little bit of journaling here. And then that is currently the only story I have for the 1 month section. For 2 months, I currently do not have any stories. For 3 months, I currently do not have any stories. For 4 months, I had a story that we used the oh gosh, what was this? Care? No, not Care. It was Kindness. The Kindness Story Kit. And I just talked about, or I asked her for some bullet point things about things they loved about Mabel at that age. So I've got the picture here of her at 4 months old, some journaling from my sister-in-law, and then embellishments from that kit. This one here was from the... Cozy. I have to remember this because generally all of these are using different story kits, and the ones that you're going to see me working on here over the course of the next 2 months are also going to be a lot of products from older story kits, just ones I hadn't actually completed. So this one was about the story kit. I did 5 different things, just random things happening during the month. So this is still 4 months old. We have a fold out for a full page 6x8 photo. And then I stamped the word snuggle from the story stamp on here and added this "we are defined by the moments we seize." And then on the back, I just have a pattern paper. And that is going to be something I will continue for all of the months, is just have the very last page be a pattern paper leading into the next month. So then we get into 5 months. For this one, I did a layout. I think this was one that I did a sketch for at some point, and the little tag pulls out and has a story on the back side here. I think that 5 months old was February, so the month of Valentine's Day. I can't really remember though. So it might have had something to do with that. So there we go. Then I wanted to do a story about something random about Mabel at 5 months old. And they sent me pictures of Mabel eating her toes, that she had discovered her feet and loved playing with them. So I did a little photo strip here of her eating her feet, and then some journaling from my sister-in-law, and then added in the embellishments beyond that. This I will probably end up putting another story in here. So this one will be a little bit story heavy, I suppose. And then the last one that I have in here for 5 months was one that I used Paige Evans cut files for. And this one is just a story of Mabel and my husband, Aaron. So her Uncle Audie. It has a pull-out tag where I had Aaron handwrite some journaling for Mabel that she can pull out and read at some point later in life, or, you know, whoever can enjoy it. All right, let me stick this back in here. So I also loved the opportunity for that, to try and get other people's journaling and stories about Mabel into this album as well. And then we have 6 months where I currently don't have anything. So that's where we're at on volume 1. It's already pretty chunky. I highly expect that this album is going to be thick. And if it turns out that I can't fit everything into the 2, I actually have a third one of these albums, so I can always expand into 3 if I need to. For volume 2, we open up and I have 7 months, which needs the title piece. They all need the beginning part. This one is a story about Mabel and her grandpa, Tito. So this is my husband's dad. And I still need to get some journaling from my brother-in-law to put here about Mabel's relationship with Tito when she was a baby. I would like my brother-in-law to have his words in here, just as an opportunity, again, to add in other voices. For 8 months, I currently do not have any stories. For 9 months, I currently do not have any stories. For 10 months, I have this one here, which I used the Paper Person Make a Splash kit, which came out, I think summer 2021, maybe. And I used this to tell a story about going to the water park, or just like a little splash pad with Mabel. So I had gone with them with my kids, took some pictures and used those to tell the story. And then this one, I think I typed up maybe, or I might have still had Caitlin type that part up. Then on the back of that, I've got a picture of Mabel with her grandma. So this is Caitlin's mom. And I had Caitlin's mom, they call her Mima. I had her send me 10 things that she loves about Mabel. Is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never mind, 7. 7 things that she loves about Mabel. She sent me these one-liners, which was perfect, added those as a bullet point. And then this is, again, another Paige Evans cut file that I had used. Actually, both of them. The flowers in the background and the Love You Lots were both from Paige Evans. So that is 10. For 11 months, I have this layout that I used the ampersand story kit to create. This one, I talked about the things that, again, just things that they were loving about that time. Telling this story month after month after month just helps to document some of the changes that Mabel was going through. So this one, we still know at 11 months old, she's still toothless. She's trying to stand up and wobbly. She was wearing lots of onesies, learning how to slobber kiss, and comfortable with cuddles. So just a fun one. And I love getting these big full page photos as well. I think that's so fun to add in here. And then for 12 months, I have no stories. Here is where the pocket is from that first. So there was the very first transparency, and then a pocket, and then this type of pocket as well. So I'm planning to still include both of these in case there's any other notes or anything that Caitlin or Alex would like to include in here for May. And this would be a great place to add things like her hospital bracelet, or maybe the stamped feet, or maybe, I don't know. There are lots of different things that you could add in here. Maybe her first little cut of hair, if that's something that they kept. So this is just a fun opportunity for ephemera pieces. So that's where we're starting from. I have quite a bit to do. And even flipping through these, I'm pretty certain that I will probably have to expand into 3 of these, but that's okay. That is okay with me. And that is why I purchased extras, just in case I would need them, since I believe these albums are no longer on the Ali Edwards site. All right, so I am going to finish our video here, but then you're actually going to see another one today, and that's going to be our very first process video for this album. Like I said, I'm going to be doing multiple layouts in every video because I really want to focus on getting this project done. So I will see you in that next photo. I hope you're feeling excited to see this album come the rest of the way together. I know I am, and that is that. Until then, friends, see you later.